it doesn't cost to hate, you know, at all.
Do you know what's funny? I actually have this shoe. The quality is pants.
This bounces. Why is it plastic? You, sorry to draw you out, but as an SB wearer, calling this as a classic is brazy.
Just because something's easy does not mean that it's classic. Let me put it straight. You lot don't like it because everyone else is wearing them. I'm so sorry.
You think me, I'm wearing my fours every day? You think it's even easy to be getting fours like that?
This is Toe to Toe at Crep Collection Club. Yes, my people. My name's Prozac, and this is
Bria-Renee.
amazing. So yeah, once again, we are here at Crep Collection Club, where sneakers and art combine. Welcome to Toe to Toe. Toe to Toe is a concept where we've come together and brought some amazing influencers, people that are out there doing their thing with their finger on the pulse, and we're gonna ask them some questions. Yes, we wanna know from the people that are out here really what is going on. So we're gonna ask a question, we're gonna throw out an answer, and it's gonna be a for or against, a yes or no, and people are gonna decide what line they fall on. Some people are gonna go to what side they wanna go to, they're gonna stand their ground, and some people are gonna maybe switch sides. We never know, but we're gonna debate and we're gonna work out really what the consensus is on some of these really hot topics. So if you man are ready, make sure hit the like, subscribe, and make sure hit that notification bell and let the algorithm do its thing. And without any further ado, let's get toe to toe, innit? This is the Nike Dunk Panda. We all know it, and a lot of us love it. But the question is this shoe a modern day classic? Are we for or against? Let the people decide. Let's go toe to toe. Let's go. Do Emily first. Go on. I want to. Actually, before we start, you want to literally go to the next shot. Before we start, let's see where we at. So it's half and half, right? Oh yeah. We're 50-50, man. We're 50-50. But Emily, talk to me, man. What we said?
As someone who personally owns it, it's just one that's easy just to put on. And like, if you don't know what you want to wear, it's just a show that it's black and white. It's easy colours to match anything with.
Real talk, man. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, how could you hate something that's so easy to wear? Well, I'm gonna find out, man, because somebody was saying it with chest. You get me? Like, so, bro.
Brother, let me start off by saying it doesn't cost to hate, you know, at all. Wake up! It don't cost. Wait, can I get the shoe? Let me get the shoe. Let me break down. To be a modern day classic, yeah, personally, shouldn't level quality be like at least A1? We're talking about classic here, you know. If you go to music here, classic albums, we're talking about, cool, give me a classic album. Oh, Good Kid, Mad City. Are you saying this is Good Kid, Mad City level? It's what we're saying. It's what we're going with. It's what you guys are saying. It's what you guys are saying.
Sorry, if we're talking music-wise then you can't deny the fact that it's a legendary sample. You understand? Well, no. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Do you know what's funny? I actually have this shoe. The quality is pants.
Cook it.
Quality is pants. When I got it, I was like, you can just tell that the quality is different to every other dunk that you have. So there's I think there's the purple dunk, the highs that I got. You compare it to this shoe, the quality is completely different. Even the lace quality, it's not silky. They're dry laces. Like everything is just completely different.
I
think just from having it, I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but in terms of it being like a legendary shoe, it's not there. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's 50-50 because I got the shoe when it first came out. So I've had it 2 years. We thank God, I only paid $54.99 juniors. I'm not going to lie.
Hacks there, bruv.
Them hacks there, trust me. I feel like the shoe does its thing because one thing you can't deny is how many times when you lot see the sole supplier, when it alerts you, it literally says, Panda restock. And then the before question, you lot were going on, to the side for and against sneaker raffles. It actually gives you a fair chance to get the shoes. I can't deny how many times I see that Panda restock, or even to walk into Nike now, you can actually just grab the shoe. So we can't fault that.
Sorry, real quick. You can grab a Fila Disruptor. Oh, now, bro. Does that mean? No, but does that mean it's a great shoe, though? Does that mean it's a great shoe? Just because it's cobble. No, just because it's cobble doesn't mean it's a great shoe. I'm going to pass on.
Also saying that, I actually don't like wearing shoes that everyone else has. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it's nice to have a shoe and know, someone goes, oh, that's a nice shoe. You're like, yeah, that's nice. But with a Panda, everyone's got it. You go to Blue Water here today, you'll see 5 people wearing it. And more than 5 people. They restocked the shoe. There you go. Yeah. I know, but when you restock a shoe so much, it's just not special anymore. And it just and then the quality's not good as well on top of that. So you're like,
Isn't legendary meant to be somewhat like a timeless shoe that's classic, authentic, and it has its flowers of, why it's such a great shoe? Because I remember with the Air Force One, before they remodernized it recently, that's a classic shoe, but is the leather great quality? Not the old one, not at all. Not at all, because at the amount of time people be getting replacements after 6 months, 8 months, it's like, what's the point then? You're buying into a shoe and spending your money on it, and it's like, it's not really lasting that long. It's the same thing, similar with this one as well, but I mean, I could have this for more than 2 years and I'll still keep it fresh as much as I can. But I genuinely feel like it has its benefits of being a black and white shoe. You can't really miss on how many people you see put in that shoe, so I genuinely think it is quite a legendary timeless shoe. In fact, probably the biggest one dunk, that they've dropped. It was
M1, what are you saying, bro?
There's no way you can class that shoe as a legend in any kind. Do you know this shoe is like the nastiest shoe I've seen in a long time? You see when you pick up this shoe, yeah? You know when you pick up the leather quality, yeah? And you see the dimples in the shoe, you're like, this is a good shoe. This bounces. Why is it plastic? Sorry to draw you out, but as an SB wearer, calling this is a classic is brazy. Calling this a classic is nuts. Because this. In fact, I'm gonna let you reply.
I wouldn't have that.
I feel the Panda as really, because the Dunk wasn't always around. I feel like it's brought it back from its legendary times because it's a really good shoe, right? It's the same with the Air Forces. Everyone thinks the Air Force One's like all-time classic, but the leather quality is terrible. Even when you get them, sometimes they've got scuffs on them because they're made poorly, because they're mass-produced. With these, they sell out, but then they come back again, and you can grab them. But personally, I just think it is a legendary shoe. Back when they were first out, everyone wanted them. Do you know what I mean? Now it's giving people a chance to get them again. I just personally think it's a really, all-time classic, brilliant shoe. That's why I love SBs. I feel like the Dunk should be a modern-day classic. Do you know what I mean? It was popular back in the day. It's come back. If it's come back now, it's got to be an all-time classic, not let alone a modern classic. I feel like without the original Dunk, SB Dunks wouldn't have been around. All the collaborations with SB, they would never have happened, and you've had really good collabs with Travis Scott. You've had collabs with artists like Uncle, like Grateful Dead, bands. You can't name it on your hands. There's so many collabs that have happened with SB, and I feel like the Dunk is just an all-time classic for me personally.
In an industry where it is so hard to pick shoes up, where we've been screaming, oh, we need more shoes, we need more shoes. Then Nike said, you know what, let's make a classic colorway. If anything, we have to agree, black and white is super calm for everyone to wear. We can't deny that, right? But then obviously, they've made it available for a lot of people to get this shoe. You get me? At a certain point, a business has got to say, you know what, if the people want the shoe, let me give them the shoe, right? Legendary status is something for, you know what I'm saying, for us all to argue over and agree, disagree, for or against, toe to toe, you know how we do. But I'm saying, like, at least they've actually listened. At least they've actually listened. But you know what, I want to hear, do you know what, who's holding the mic? Do you know what? Talk to the people, say what you're saying.
Just because something's easy does not mean that it's classic. Just saying. And can I get an amen? Yeah, but I just feel as though just because it's easy, it doesn't mean that it's a classic. And additionally, like, you guys were talking about, like, the Air Force One and everything, like, the quality is not great or this and that. But then with the Air Force One, especially the all white, they're always getting repurchased because it's a classic. So it's like, you'll have an Air Force One in year 7. In year 9, you're gonna still get an Air Force One. It's something that's completely timeless. It's something that will always constantly be there. And then additionally, I feel with classics, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but with classics, like, they tend to bring out something as a homage shoe of that classic. So, you know, recently they came out with the original, the Air Force One with the toothbrush on it. With that one, they upgraded the leather, but I feel as though with a classic, are we gonna get this again any better, or is it just gonna be the same cheaply produced shoe and probably even keep on getting worse? And then on top of that, I think about, like, Air Max 1, the red and white pair, I can't remember the name of it, but that red and white pair was the original, the Tinker original, and then further down the line, they created a sketch to shelf of that same original. So it's like, that's a classic. Air Force One, that's a classic. They brought out, you know, toothbrush. They said, there, you're gonna get another classic. But it's like, with this, I would never put that in the same category or bracket. Like Air Max 97 Silver Bullets, they were a big classic. And then on top of that, they released them again as a golf shoe. That's what you call a classic, when you can release it so many different times and it's always gonna be a fantastic price point. It's gonna sell out every single time. Rather than these, like, I don't think it's a bad shoe. It's not a classic. Like, it's just not a classic. Like, that's it.
So do you think in the next, like, 5 years, 10 years, that's not going to be?
No.
Because I'm not going to lie, the Gen Z era that we're in right now, they want that shoe.
I feel as though with these shoes, a lot of the times, it's going to trickle out anyway. Like, I'm not saying that Dunks is never going to come back. Of course they'll come back. But, like, look at what Nike did with the 97s, whole year of 97s. Next year was 98s. It didn't bang as much. No one's wearing 98s now, you know. So it's like, I'm not saying that they're never going to come back. 98s also existed one time in life and they've come back again. But I don't see a future with Pandas. Can't lie to you.
Please, can we pass the mic, please? Let me get your thoughts on this, man. Modern day classic. You're saying it is. You've had a lot of people say that it ain't, but you're saying it is. Why?
Yeah, like I was saying, I do see a future with them. Like you were saying about the generation that we're in, like, it's hard to try and say something's a classic when you're living in the time that it's from. Do you get it? Like, so I just feel like when the years go by, like, you'll see the shoe still being, like, relevant. Do you get what I mean? Like,
sorry to cut in.
It's all right.
You touched me when you said that. Right? When this first came out, right?
you were all excited.
No, let me be real.
It's short. Let me put it straight. You lot don't like it because everyone else is wearing them. I'm so sorry.
Come on now. No, okay, so let me be real, yeah. When these first came out, yeah, like, it was like last year, but I can't remember. Not first. I know it's probably, you told me it probably came out in 95 or something, but like, for me, when it came out like last year, whenever it was, right, I looked at this shoe and I said, you know what, man? There's a lot of Dunks coming out. There's a lot of colorways. Let me hold back. I know it's a very wearable colorway, but let me hold back here. Managed to cop, shot in mine. I was like, you know what, I'm all right with that. It was about 7 months later that I was like, I had a little bit of regret. I was like, you know what, man? I've got some Dunks that, you know what, I don't want to wear them all day. I don't want to wear them to go out, to shopping. But I like the colorway. I like the silhouette. I like the shoe. You know what, man? Maybe if I just draw for this shoe, I can just have it as a little beater. So in my mind, it became that shoe. And to me, honestly, if a shoe's a beater, for me, that's a classic. That's a classic. Because you ain't drawing for some rubbish shoe. You get me? Like, if that's going to constantly be in your rotation, as in a shoe that you're going to buy multiple times, that kind of makes it a classic in my mind.
No matter the weather.
I'm saying?
Like, no matter the weather.
No, whatever. So, Bugs. No, but okay. Talk your talk.
How can you actually say a classic is something that you beat down? Will you beat down the Air Force One all white? Would you beat down the Silver Bullet?
You're talking
Would
like
you
people ain't beat them down, bro. They are beaters, bro.
Listen.
There's people with the...
Listen, my
Don't lie.
classics.
The
My
only
classics.
reason why you wouldn't now is because of the price that's gone up.
No, it's not because of the price. If you think about, I don't really care about the price. For me anyway, I'm not affected. Sorry, I don't really care. I don't care. But like for me, like I even my Air Force Ones that I have now, I still look after them. But I do listen. I'm not beating them down, so I'm supposed to stay in the carnival. Is that what you're saying then? No. But it's a beater. No, but it's a beater.
I hate dunks anyway, but let me just ask everyone here a question. What is a legendary shoe to you? Everyone, I want everyone to answer that. A legendary shoe.
I'll probably, do you know what? A legendary shoe of all time, for me.
For you, bro.
For me.
For you, bro. For you.
I'd probably say the SB Dunk High Uncle. Just because it's very artistic. And another thing that I want to say is, without that silhouette, there wouldn't be all these timeless collaborations that have happened. Like without that dunk, the SB dunk wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have all these collaborations with SB, all these artists, all these like streetwear. But yeah, personally, I think the dunk is a timeless classic. Same. I'm not saying that Air Force isn't, but I'm saying that is in that sort of category. But that's all. That's what I think, to be honest.
I should have asked you your dunk guy. let me, you.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd say the Air Force is a legendary shoe because, like I said, like you could wear them wherever, and yeah.
Okay.
That's just me personally.
What's a legendary shoe to you?
What, like, are we talking like meaning or the shoe itself? Because for me, I feel like it has to be a shoe that makes an impact. And I know the shoe is so generic, it's everywhere, you know, it pisses people off. Do you know what I mean? It's the ultimate shoe, you see it and you're like, there's a reseller. Or you're basic, you're not a sneakerhead. Do you know what I mean? But I can't deny its impact in the sense of, think about it, the simplest colorway, black and white, just like MJ, just like the song. You understand? You dress it up, you dress it down. Monochrome. No, because you understand. And I can't lie, it's my one go-to shoe. Like, if I don't know what I'm wearing or what I want to do, I'm running errands, like, I go see my sis, do you understand? Like, I'm doing something, I'll never fault and think, oh yeah, let me wear my Pandas. You think me, I'm wearing my fours every day? You think it's even easy to be getting fours like that? No. I can't fault the shoe, and deep it, they didn't just call it Dunk Black and White. It was Dunk Panda. You understand?
They did actually just put it black and white.
but no. Yeah.
When I say originally, yeah, originally that was Dunk High.
Because could you imagine the impact even now? And if designer himself came out with the Tune Panda now, with that shoe, okay then, all right.
What you say?
They're dead, bro. I hate dunks in general. No, I hate dunks in general, innit? But I just wanted to know the matchup.
What do you say? What is a legendary shoe to you?
Air Forces. Even though I don't even like Air Forces like that. But I respect it.
What do you like?
So, but the thing is, okay. No, but do you know what? That's a great point, right? You may not like it, right? But you have to respect it. You have to respect it. All right, so you don't like the shoe, right? But, bruv, are you telling me, right, in 5 years, this shoe ain't still knocking about? In 10 years, this same shoe ain't knocking about? Are you lying to yourself? You ain't lying to me. You ain't lying to me.
Dunks will survive. Dunks will always survive. The dunk is a great silhouette. Panda, by God's grace, it won't. But the dunk, it will survive.
Yeah, I just want to say, for something to last, there needs to be quality. Quality needs to go over time. So that it always comes back to, for me, down to quality. And that means that the shoe needs to last long. If the shoe can't last longer than a year because you've been wearing it all the time, I've seen people wear those for like, what, 6 months, they're already breaking at the seams. Like, how can she be doing that and you want to call that shoe a classic? The silhouette, cool. It's a classic silhouette. It's a classic Nike silhouette. The way they've done the SBs, but even the SBs, I feel like without that whole resurgence of the basic plain dunks themselves, you had the better quality, for example, the Kentuckys, you had the orange joints as well, Syracuse, then you had the Travis SB dunks and the Chunky Dunkies. That brought back the SBs by themselves, if we're being honest. Everybody then had attention on like the old school stuff, like the Stussy SBs as well. All these joints from like back when that people didn't know about. All got a light shone on them now. So I feel like without Pandas, dunks will still be relevant. Skaters are always there.
Real talk, man. So yeah, we've done this justice, man. We've asked a question. So I need to give people an opportunity, man, because we've heard what everyone has to say. Let's give everybody the opportunity to decide for themselves whether they want to stick or whether they want to switch. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go in 3, 2, 1. These man are playing games, man. So everyone's standing firm, yeah? Okay, man, we move, man.
I still stand that they are a classic. I feel like as much as you hate the shoe, by you showing so much hate, you're showing love. You know, like in the words of like LL Cool J, like, who do you love? I wanna lie with you. But I do feel like it's a love-hate relationship, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna be around. So we just have to join and do it for what it is.
Honestly, do you actually know what this man did? I'll say it like this, he walked so these men can run.
I have those goosebumps every time. You know, don't compete where you don't compare, bro. You just can't compare.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Yeezy Day is better than Sneakers Day. I'm not gonna lie to you lot.
I said what I said, man. I stand by it. 100%. I'll say it again.